Hi, welcome back to Wallflowers. I just thought I'd do a video because I haven't done this kind of video for a while. Just things that are happening in the world that you might not be aware of, that we should be keeping an eye on, which could be leading to bigger things that are happening, like wars and stuff. Now, we always think of Russia, Ukraine, and China, and all them kind of wars, but these are ones that are going under the radar at the minute. So we'll start with something that happened last week. Well, it's been happening for the last few weeks with America and Venezuela. And you might not think, well, that could lead to a world war. It's only little Venezuela. That's not going to do anything. Now, America is saying they're clamping down on Venezuela because of the drug ships and they're importing all these drugs into America. But yet Donald Trump pardoned another dictator from, I don't know what country it was, another Central American country, and he pardoned him a couple of weeks ago, and he's been convicted of drug supplying and sending drugs into America. But yeah, Trump saying, "Oh, Venezuela are bringing drugs into the country, and we need to clamp down." So they've been shooting the boats all around the waters there. They've got 15,000 military servicemen stationed just outside Venezuela on ships and shooting at the boats. And Venezuela are saying these are normal fishing boats, people trying to make a living. Now, I did see one video where they did blow a boat up, and there was two survivors clinging onto like a dead wood or raft or something. They were clinging on, and the Americans went up and shot them dead instead of taking them on board and arresting them if they were drug supplying. So that bit of alarm bells ringing there. But the thing with Venezuela have been heavily, Russia and China are heavily invested in Venezuela. Venezuela owe billions and billions to China and Russia for money that they've sent over because of sanctions that the US have put on Venezuela over the past few years. So Russia are owed billions and China are owed billions. Now they invested in that country because they've got a lot of oil. Venezuela, they're oil rich, they've got a lot of minerals, so they can service this debt to China and Russia. But they won't be able to do that if America invade Venezuela. Now, if they do that and they take over Venezuela, then it's only going to get Russia and China's backs up, isn't it? So that's one that we could be looking out for. Even though it's only little Venezuela, there could be big implications around the world if things do happen. Now, another one that's happened these last couple of weeks is the UK and the Falkland Islands and Argentina. Now, there was a war in 1982 when Argentina invaded the Falkland Islands for a few months, and Margaret Thatcher at the time sent the full force of the British Navy and Army over there, all the military, and everybody at the time was saying, why are they doing that? It's only a little island somewhere nobody's ever heard of. Why are they defending it so much? There must be something there, everyone was saying at the time. And the rumours were that they were sitting on big oil fields in the Falklands, and that's why we went there to defend it, even though there is British sovereignty. So we went over, ended up winning the Falklands War and kicking Australia out, Argentina out. And that's been simmering over the years. Argentina weren't happy that they lost the war, and the UK kept control of the Falklands. But at the time, there was rumours that they're sitting on oil fields. Now, the rumours were that they were in we didn't have the technology to extract the oil at the time, but as years have gone by and the technology has got better, obviously they've got the means to get this oil now. So towards the end of December and the beginning of January, the UK government are issuing licenses to drill for oil around the Falklands to extract all that oil. Now, Argentina aren't happy with this again, and they feel that they could mount another invasion and take it over because we haven't got the military capabilities like we had in the 80s to defend the Falklands now, because we're stretched with Ukraine and other things, and the military budget's being slashed. So Argentina think this is a good time to go back and take over the Falklands now that we've got the technology to get the oil. So that could lead to another war in the Falklands in the coming weeks, months, years ahead, who knows. But they were just two little things just to keep an eye out for over the next couple of months. Just a bit of information if you weren't aware of them and the implications it could lead to. So sorry to be all doom and gloom. These things may happen, they may not happen, but don't forget, stick together, love your family and your friends, and make sure you're well stocked with everything. And have a look at some of our old backlog of videos where we prep for things that could be happening in the future, like the blackouts, like food shortages, and just have a look at some of the old catalogue. We're trying to put out some of the old catalogue in shorts, so it draws attention to the old videos. So if you see the shorts, if you click the link at the bottom, it'll take you to the full video. So we're just trying to go through and upgrade a lot of the old videos to make them more of a modern look to them and put them out as shorts so people get to see them rather than go through the backlog, because I've got quite a lot of videos, so probably would take a long time to go through all the videos. So we're putting out shorts of some of the old videos, so keep an eye out for the shorts, and don't forget to click the link at the bottom. That will take you to the full video. So we've put a few out and they're doing really well on the shorts, so we're quite pleased with that. And I think that's it for tonight. So have a good night, and we see you again soon. Don't forget, you're loved, and see you again soon. Bye.